We're in this situation where we have a play that is going to be put on in London. That play is going to offer days only, where it once only, it actually started talking about black people, but BAME groups to come to the theatre in the West End for a show where they're not under, as it said, white gaze.
Yes, yes.
And the reason is, their argument is, not enough people from ethnic minorities go to the theatre.
Yeah.
I would have thought there's a better way of getting more people to the theatre than this.
Two things, okay? The thing that's prohibiting people from every single race, creed, religion going to the theatre in the West End is cost, right? That's fundamentally it. Cost cuts through every social strata, every colour you want to be,
true in the West
everything
End,
you want
but
to
not in the
identify.
provinces.
We're not talking about the provinces, we're talking about the West End and this play. This play that started in Broadway in 2019, that was voted for many Tonys, didn't pick up one. This is, for me, very divisive. They would not get away with it if it was a white theatre company promoting a white play and wanting only a white audience without the black gaze.
Well, if we're to test it, and I'm actually deliberately trying to put some points to you. If we're to test it, we have, I think it's well to say that the population, for example, of the UK, it's something like 81% white, 19% from other ethnicities. Actually, in employment in the theatre, I think it's 20% people from black and minority ethnic groups are employed there. They get more money, those same groups that are funding, are recognised, well, from the Arts Council. They're giving out a higher share of money. There are things that are going on to help promote
I'm quite sure there are.
But if that hasn't worked, I guess my question is there any harm in trying this?
You see, I don't think this is anything to do with getting more,
I think it's more to do with
racially diverse. It's a completely and utterly publicity stunt. That's exactly what it is. Kit Harington is taking the lead of the Plantation.
He's some famous actor, isn't he?
He is. He was in Game of Thrones. I've not actually seen an episode of. However, he plays the male lead, who is a plantation owner. It's about slavery. It's penned on sexual advances, slavery, sexual abuse, and the connotation is slavery. And a lot of black people will be absolutely spurred by and actioned by the word slavery. It's very, it's very, very harsh. And if we want to, especially if we want to open up discussions about this, quite rightly, I think there's other ways to do it. You cannot ban.
It's hardly inclusive, is it?
You can't promote a theatre of one night to be filled with BAME, or even the producers have actually said, or people who identify as black. I've never heard anything as ridiculous in my life.
I'm going to put the defence
I identify as a size 10. It's indefensible. You can't defend.
Don't draw me down that road.
You can't defend it.
But I'm trying to, because to make discussion lively, and I've read what they've said. So what they're saying there, this is not about a white person going in who says I identify black. It's people
but you can. And they also say no one will be turned away.
Well, no one will
be turned away because they need the money.
Well, no one will be turned away.
That trumps
quite possibly for money, but also they were also implying, why would a white person want to come and sit with a night that's for all black people in the theatre?
But who cares? I don't care what someone looks like.
Inclusivity about mixing, working, living and sharing together. You know, that's what I find so bizarre. So the question is, this is West End. There's probably no public money going into this that I'm aware of. I wouldn't have thought so that's going into it. Other people...
well, there will be somewhere along the line. It'll be the public person that will be doing it.
It's quite possible. But are you aware of where this may have been tried before?
It was in Broadway.
Yeah, well, no, not this play. This was also tried, this idea was tried at the Stratford Theatre Royal. Now, and it went off without any comment. Let me just explain.